Good morning class, welcome to Saint Peter School. This is your science class and we were discussing about the question and answer of the chapter. The chapter 1 that is food plant the food maker. So we are on the question answer. In previous class I was unable to write the answers on the board. So today you can write the answer on your notebook if you have not written. And I'm again going to revise all those questions again. So I will again start with the question number 1 very quickly. Okay, so I will go a little bit faster. The first question is the midrib runs from the stalk to the tip of the leaf. I have already shown you this picture in last class also, that this is a leaf and this is the middle part that runs from stalk to the tip of the leaf, that is called midrib. This portion is known as the midrib. It's a very thick part, so that's why this is known as the midrib. So first statement will be true. Second is stomata are present on the lower surface of the leaf, as we already studied about this. Yes, stomata, where stomata is permanently present, it is present on the lower side of the leaf. This is called stomata. Stomata are nothing, it's a tiny pores which helps in absorbing the carbon dioxide. Okay, and through which oxygen also comes out. So the second point is true. The leaf, third point is the leaf takes in carbon dioxide during photosynthesis. So yes, what is the photosynthesis? Photosynthesis is the process of making food from the for the plant. And what was the process? You can see on the page number 150. There is a chemical reaction written that carbon dioxide plus water in the presence of sunlight, it forms sugar plus water plus oxygen. So it is very correct. Question number 3, that is the leaf takes in carbon dioxide during the photosynthesis. Okay. Now fourth is sunlight combines with carbon dioxide and water during photosynthesis. Yes, it's also true. You can see on the page number 150. Okay, now question number 5. The food prepared by the leaf is in the form of simple sugar. As we have seen in the chemical reaction that carbon dioxide plus water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll, it forms sugar, water and O2. So what comes out? Sugar is nothing, it's a glucose. Okay, so it's the question number 4 is also true. Now fifth one, the food prepared by the leaf is in the form of simple sugar. Yes, it's true. Okay, I'm sorry, I have written here. So fifth one is true. Okay, yes, what is sugar? What comes after the chemical reaction in photosynthesis? Sugar is in the form of result. Okay. 6. Spirit turns starch blue. No, this is wrong. Why this is wrong? Because as we have discussed these experiments in a previous class, that spirit helps to like you can say spirit helps to pale the leaf. They helps to make the leaf colorless. It's not like that it turns starch into blue. That is the work of iodine. But what the spirit does, spirit just take out the colors of the leaf. It what you can say, it removes the color from the leaf. So spirit is used for that purpose. Spirit is not used for the turning starch into the blue. That substance is known as iodine. Okay, so sixth one will be false. You can write down. Sixth one will be false. Okay, now come to the question number 7. Mushrooms do not have chlorophyll. Yes, we have. When we were studying about the unusual plants, why they are known as the unusual plants, as they do not perform any photosynthesis process, and they don't have a green color. They are not rich in chlorophyll. So they are unusual plant. There is no use like vast use of those plants. They don't, as they don't have green color, they don't perform photosynthesis, and if they don't perform photosynthesis, it means they will not gives us oxygen. That's why they are mostly considered as an unusual plant. So yes, seventh one is true, that mushroom do not have chlorophyll. 8. Energy flows from the herbivorous to carnivorous. Yes, when we were studying about the energy, how the energy flows, the energy flow is started from sun to the sun. Energy transfers to the plants to the herbivorous animals, and from there it transferred to carnivorous animal. That is the energy cycle, life cycle. Yes, so 8th one will be also true. Now move to the question number 2. Strike of the wrong answer. First one is the broad part of the leaf is called midrib or lamina. So what will be the correct answer? Broad part of the leaf is called lamina. So you can tick on the lamina. What will be the correct answer? Second one, lamina. Okay. Carbon dioxide slash water enters a leaf through stomata. What enters through stomata? Not water enters through stomata. Carbon dioxide enters through stomata. So what you will write? Second question, CO2. Okay, carbon dioxide. Third one is chlorophyll slash carbon dioxide traps sunlight during photosynthesis. So which helps in trapping the sunlight? No, carbon dioxide doesn't, because carbon dioxide reacts, it doesn't help in trapping the sunlight. Who helps in trapping the sunlight to the leaf? Chlorophyll. So that's why it is known as that chlorophyll is very important for plants. Why? Because chlorophyll only helps in trapping the sunlight. Okay. Okay, now question number 4. Excess food in the plant is stored in the form of sugar or the starch. So when we were studying about starch, where starch deposition occurs, like when the might be I have not discussed this point in the chapter, so let me tell you what happens actually when when excessive sugar is formed by the plant, like excessive preparation of food is done by the plant. What happens, the plants store those sugar in the form of starch in any part of the plant, either stem, either root, either leaf. So any part of the plant what you will see, they used to store those extra sugar prepared by the plant. And you might have seen that potato is nothing, it's a collection of starch only. And what is the potato is the root part. So what happened, potato stores those sugar, those extra starch, and that's why it is known as that potato has a large amount of starch in it. So that is what is that is nothing, that how the potato contains starch. The plants used to store this starch in that potato only. Okay, might be you will see some bulky notes. Some plants are having a bulky notes. That is nothing, that is the deposition of starch. Bulky notes means you will see a thick point on the stem of the plant, that is called bulky nodes, and that is nothing, that is the deposition of extra starch. Like us, for example, if mama cooks a lots of food in a daytime, what she used to do, she used to store those food for the dinner. Might be it's not need to prepare food in the dinner time. So in the same way, what happens, plants usually don't do photosynthesis in the night time. That's why what they do, they store those extra sugar in the form of starch in any part of the plant, and when they are not able to perform photosynthesis, they use those starch. Okay. Now come to the question number 5. The leaf loses its color when it is boiled in spirit or the iodine. We already discussed this point, that spirit helps in losing the color of the leaf. So what will be the answer? The answer will be spirit, not iodine. Iodine is used to change the color of the you can say color of the leaf into the blue color, right? That is starch into blue color present in the leaf. In the starch present in the leaf, iodine helps them in changing in a blue color. But what is the work of spirit? Is by the help of spirit we losing the color of the plant leaf. We lose the color of the leaf. So what will be the answer? Fifth one answer is spirit. And what is the answer of question number 4? That is starch. Okay. You can write it on your notebook, or either you can just stick out on your book only. Okay, later on you will write on your notebook. Now 6th question is, the green plants / mushrooms do not have chlorophyll in them. We all know that mushrooms do not have chlorophyll in them. We just discussed about it. Now 7th question, mushrooms / Venus flytrap is an insectivorous plant. Venus flytrap is known as the insectivorous plant. You can see on the page number 153. Sorry, 152, you can see the example of insectivorous plant is given, Venus flytrap, and 6th one is answer is mushroom. So what you will write? Mushroom. And 7th one answer is Venus flytrap. Okay, now come to the question number 8. The main source of energy on the earth is sun or the plants. What will be the answer? The main source of energy on the earth is sun or the plants. When we were studying about the flow of energy on the land, what in the atmosphere, what we find that the flow of energy started from the nowhere. It started from the sun. Yes, it started from the sun. So it is known as that the sun is the main source of energy. Now come to the question number 3, that is fill in the blanks. Note down the answer number 8, that is sun. Okay, now come to the question number 3, fill in the blanks. First question is the midrib of the leaf gives out branches called veins. So this midrib gives out the fine thin branches. This is called veins. Okay, now the second question is the tiny pores on the lower surface of the leaf are called stomata. We already discussed about this lower portion. What is stomata? Stomata is nothing, it's a tiny pores present on the lower surface of the leaf. Okay. Now third is the root absorbs dash and dash from the soil. What absorbs? It absorbs water and mineral. Water and mineral. Water and minerals from the soil. Now fourth one is leaves have green pigment called chlorophyll. We are studying this from the childhood days, that what the leaves have green pigment called chlorophyll. Now fifth question, you can see here, photo means what? You will see clearly written on the page number 150, 151. You can 150 page number. Photo means what? Light. Photo means light. Now on the page number, question number 6, leaf gives out dash and dash dash during photosynthesis. So leaves gives out what? O2, or you can write O2 plus water during the process of photosynthesis. The seventh one is iodine turns what into blue? Starch into blue. Starch present in the leaf, that is iodine turns those starch into blue. Last question is energy flows from plants to herbivorous animal. Okay. So and question number 4, you can complete this chemical reaction. It is already given on page number 150. So in next class we will discuss about the question answer, the brief question answer which is given question number 5. And till the time what you will do, just revise all those points whatever, and you can note down all these question answer on your copy also, and try to attempt the question number 5, and we will discuss more about in the next class. Till the time, take care and bye bye.